Sarah felt a growing chill in her relationship with Tom. It wasn't about arguments or anger, but a new, quiet distance. It all started with his sudden obsession with Japan. His phone was filled with language apps, his car stereo played Japanese podcasts, and his evenings were spent with a notebook, meticulously practicing strange and beautiful characters. When she asked why, he was evasive. Just find the culture interesting, he'd say, without looking up. Sarah's mind, left to its own devices, crafted a painful narrative. There was a new analyst at his firm, a woman from Kyoto named Yuki. He had mentioned her once or twice. Now, his sudden passion for her culture felt like a targeted effort. Every Japanese phrase he practiced felt like a secret whispered to someone else. He was building a world that she wasn't part of. Her fears solidified when she found a printed flight itinerary on his desk. A solo trip to Tokyo, booked for next month. It was the final, devastating piece of evidence. He wasn't just learning a language for a colleague. He was planning an escape. She confronted him that night, her voice shaking as she held up the itinerary. I know about your obsession, Tom. Is this for her? Are you learning her language just to run away to Tokyo? Am I not enough for you anymore? Tom looked at the flight confirmation, then at her heartbroken face, and his expression wasn't one of guilt, but of utter confusion. Her? Who? Sarah, what are you talking about? And then, seeing the genuine pain in her eyes, he understood. Oh no, you've got this all wrong. He gently took her hand and led her to the sofa. He explained that his obsession with Japan had nothing to do with his colleague. It was about her. He reminded her of the story she'd told him, long ago, about her estranged father, an academic who had moved to a quiet life in Japan after a bitter divorce with her mother when Sarah was just a child, a man she hadn't seen or spoken to in over 20 years. Tom had recently learned from a mutual acquaintance that her father's health was failing, and that he had expressed deep regret over losing his only daughter. Tom knew how much this unspoken grief still affected Sarah. So, he started learning Japanese. He booked the ticket to Tokyo with a secret plan, to go there first, by himself, to find her father and break the ice. He wanted to see if a reunion was possible, to build a bridge across decades of silence. He didn't tell her, because he couldn't bear the thought of giving her false hope only to have it crushed if her father refused. The trip wasn't an escape from her. It was a mission for her. Sarah sat in stunned silence. The language she thought was a tool of betrayal was actually an instrument of healing. The secret trip wasn't an escape plan, but a quest to bring back a piece of her own heart. She was overcome with a wave of guilt for her doubt, and a profound, overwhelming love for the man who had undertaken such a silent, selfless mission for her sake. She fell into his arms, her tears soaking his shirt. I'm so sorry, she cried. I didn't know. He held her tight. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. We'll go together. Sometimes we see our partner's new passions through the lens of our own insecurities. A new interest can feel like a new world being built without us. But behind that closed door, they may not be building an escape route, but a bridge back to something you thought was lost forever. Before you assume their new path leads away from you, have the courage to ask what destination they truly have in mind. You might be surprised to find they were planning the journey for you all along. If this story touched you, please like and share it. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that remind us that the greatest acts of love are often the ones prepared in secret.